Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's a Monday morning here on the East Coast in the United States. We have a cool, rainy day today, which is quite lovely. And I think that today I would like to speak with you about the process of being in the present moment when you are planning something big, when you're getting going on a project, or you're going to be traveling and you have to pack. Heaven forbid, we're all going to be traveling sometime in the next year, probably again, which is lovely. I think that one of the things that happens whenever we get a goal out in the future is that our tendency as human beings, and I'm going to speak from the first person here because this is absolutely my tendency, is to let my awareness, my thought processes, my actual energy field starts to slide out in front of me. And I get a little bit tunnel visiony. Here I am, I'm looking at my goal, and all I can see is what's right in front of me. I can't see what's out here on the sides because I have to make it to that goal, whether it's catching a plane or a train or getting in your car at a certain time to drive away. Or the story I'm going to tell you this morning is about the very first public class I ever taught. It was, gosh, I'm going to have to go back and look at the exact date, but it was well over 25, 30 years ago. And it was here in Reston. And I had been teaching people the work that I do, the Healing from the Core method, for, oh gosh, 4 or 5 years at that point in my basement. They were people that were clients or cranial students. It was 3 or 4 or 5 people all sitting in a quiet little circle in my basement. And then something inside of me said, I need to offer this to the public. And it was a little daunting, it was a little scary, but I said to myself, okay, I'll do it. And I made a flyer up. And now looking back, it was a nightmare from a graphics perspective. I think I put it on hot pink paper and had 3 different fonts on the same page and all of that. But Spirit was with me on this. And that first Supporting the Compassionate Heart, Grounding in Healthy Boundaries class filled up within weeks. I had 40 plus people in the workshop. And some people I didn't even know. And I was astounded and scared and excited and all of that. And there was just so much to think about. I had to figure out how to get it recorded. I had to figure out the space. I had to figure out who I could get to assist because it was way too many people to be registering people and teaching the class and doing the snacks for the breaks and all of that stuff. So, there was a lot to think about. And particularly at that point in time in my life, it was, whoa, how can I do this? I was feeling pretty overwhelmed. And then something in my being said, settle back and every morning get up and do a grounding and filling for yourself. And so every morning I would get up, inhale, drop inside, and every morning as I grounded and filled, whatever was most important in that list of to-do things that I had would pop into my awareness. And then I would get up off out of my chair and go do whatever it was. So a perfect example was that I wanted to have the class recorded. All of my good teachers, I noticed, had always recorded, audio recorded, everything they did because then they would write from those transcripts. So I said, I have to record this. So I couldn't figure out who I could get to do it. And at the time, the only company around was Sounds True that really did good professional recording. And the morning that I got up and sat down and grounded and filled, and I got the message that I needed to call Sounds True, and that day I called them as soon as they opened and was told that yes, they could send someone from Sounds True to record the whole course, and that this was actually the last day I could have ordered that otherwise it would have been too late. They couldn't have done it. And so I got the message just as I needed it, and it happened beautifully. Yeah. So that's an example of what happened. Thing after thing after thing unfolded, and the course came off. It was a great success. And it was lovely to do my own work, to walk my talk around this process of staying in the current moment when you're planning for the future. Most people think you have to literally get into your list and get out there in the future. In fact, by dropping back into your body, you get everything you need to move forward with what's happening, and you'll know when it's the right time. That's what my mom would say, when it's in divine timing. Yeah. So think about something for a moment, that some project that you've got going on at the moment. For me, I'm going to be traveling this week, and so haven't traveled now in well over a year, which is highly unusual for me. So I've got to put a little oil in those rusty hinges of what do I do to get everything packed and get everything that I need packed and all of that. So let's take what you want. Think of something that you can use as an example for this grounding and filling, okay? And I'm going to use my journey here that I'm about to take out west to see my mom and my daughter and my sister and my whole family. So choose whatever you want, okay? And then allow your eyes to close. Settle back in your body. Take an easy breath. Feeling the soles of your feet on the floor. Good. Good. And as you inhale and exhale, bringing your curiosity in so that you're paying more attention to what's happening in this moment right here in my body. It returns you from whatever future thinking you might be doing and enables you to drop right back in your body. Quieting your mind, paying attention to the temperature of the air, the rise and fall of your chest. I'm noticing my shoulders just dropped. My belly just relaxed a little bit. I'm noticing the sensation of my sitting bones on the chair. And I'm letting my awareness drop all the way down my legs, my knees, rounding the curve to my calves, right down into my soles of my feet, connected to the ground beneath me. And I'm going to allow myself, and you can allow yourself, to take your attention and your intention. Drop right down under into the earth, establishing a connection with your awareness into the rich energy field of the earth, this unconditional resource that's with us all the time. Whether you put down roots or light beams or rivers of awareness, allowing yourself to make as deep a connection as you want to this morning. Yeah. And if you want to, take a deep breath and just exhale any excess tension that you have in your system so that there's more space to fill with what nourishes you most. Just taking that easy breath and exhaling it. Anything you no longer need. Good. Good. And then asking your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, asking them all, because on the first breath, we're going to fill with what would nourish your feet and legs most. Okay? Let your awareness be there as you inhale, turning on your receiving buttons, to soak up what would nourish you most. Right into your feet and legs. And the second breath into your pelvis, your belly. Into your low back too with that breath. Next breath right into the rest of your torso, your heart and lungs, your chest, your ribs. Your fourth breath, inhaling into your shoulders, down into your arms and hands and fingers. Good. And that final fifth breath, allowing your neck and your jaw and your face and your cranium and your brain, everything, to soak up what would nourish it most. Good, good, good. And take a moment now. Take a moment now. And return to that project or that deadline that you have. And as you bring it to mind, bring it from the future out there in front of you somewhere. Right into your field, into your whole body. And ask, what's next? What's most important to do today? Notice what pops into your awareness. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm getting images and pictures of opening my suitcase that will be checked and my suitcase that will be carried on in a certain place and packing, just getting it started. So notice what is coming to your awareness right now in terms of when you bring that future thing into your field, into the present moment, what pops into your awareness? And there might be a second thing that pops in. Yeah. Or a third thing. Good. Good. And thank your awareness, your conscious awareness, your grounded presence in this moment for bringing you whatever information you need about the whole process of whatever you're going through right now. Yeah. What is most important right now in this moment? In this moment. Yeah. And I would love to allow you to bring your awareness back onto our call and to take a moment and jot down what it is that you need to do. Yeah. Good. Good. And take your time, take out your journal. I'm going to take a moment and actually journal myself, the couple of things that I got. You can do that as well. Okay. And when you get done with your list, please feel free to share Thank you, Carol. Please feel free to share whatever you came up with, and what is it that's yours to do right now, this future thing, and what arrived when you did that short grounding and filling for yourself. I notice that I'm already feeling a little calmer about this upcoming trip, just having stopped and slowed in, dropped in, slowed down, and listened to what my inner wisdom has to tell me about what's mine to do next. Yep. It's important. It's really important that we take this time. It's also important to know that you don't have to, you do not have to be on top of everything and way out in the future. I would say that if there are circumstances in which I get tripped up, or where I am not my best self, or where I start to make mistakes or misspeak or anything in that territory, it's often because I've gotten a little ahead of myself trying to get to a goal, and I've missed some things that were very clear on either side of me that I really needed to be paying attention to. It's not to say that we don't make goals. It's not to say that we don't make lists. It's not to say that we don't plan. But all of that can come right into this present moment. And often in the present moment, you can feel whether something is valid and right or whether it's off. There's something about that step I was about to take not quite right. And then you can rethink it, check in with your gut again, and figure out whether that is indeed what you want to be doing, and move forward from there. So there are many different benefits to bringing whatever's happening in the future into the present moment, to examine it, to listen to it, to drop in, and to know the priority of what needs to happen first, and then second, and then third. Okay? These are important things to remember. And I think it's also very important for each one of us to recognize that we have many different assets available to us when we can drop deeply into the present moment and see what's happening there for us. And I am not seeing any comments, Carol.
Me neither.
Okay. Well, I will say then that we will leave this for you and allow you to work with this skill. And I would love to hear on the Facebook page, Facebook group, how you use this and how it worked out for you. Okay. Have a wonderful day.